'Tis the season for more than all those packages. Millions of holiday cards are on their way as well, including some from artists who truly prove that anything is possible. Lee Cowan can vouch for that.
At the Zenger printing plant in Buffalo, New York, Christmas came early, really early. It was August when these holiday cards were rolling off the presses. A summertime snowdrift of paper, each card as individual as a snowflake. You might think in these digital days of ours that sending greeting cards like these is a bit old-fashioned. But for the very special artists who paint them, it's anything but just a quaint tradition.
I would love for people to just enjoy the piece for what it is, and not necessarily be taken back by the way that I'm doing it.
This is Alana Tillman's measure of independence.
I like to just mix as I go.
She was born with a condition that left both her arms locked in place, but she's been drawing with her mouth since she was a kid.
No one taught you how to do it, you just figured it out.
No, I just kind of figured it out. I've always had to prove myself to people that I am capable. Doubters in my life just made me want to achieve even more.
Then there's Brom Wikstrom.
When I got out of the hospital, it was just something to sort of maintain my sanity, give me something to do.
More therapy than anything.
And yeah, help me to feel better about myself.
He was paralyzed at age 21 when he dove headfirst into the Mississippi River back in 1975. He's been painting with his mouth almost every day since.
I would just paint, from morning until night.
So it sounds like it's almost a need for you to paint.
At this point, I can't imagine what else I'd be doing.
It's remarkable to watch either of them paint. The detail, the finesse, the control.
I'm just amazed at just how precise you can be.
And no, they don't just paint holiday cards. They each have huge portfolios. But it's the Christmas cards that have helped pave the way for their careers.
Without the sales of our Christmas cards, the association would not exist.
That association is the Mouth and Foot Painting Artists. Its name takes a bit of getting used to, but not its goal. The money from its Christmas cards goes to financing disabled artists. It's not about charity, it's about empowerment.
Yeah, but that one would be.
Jim March is director of North American operations.
This isn't a nonprofit. This is a
Very much a
for-profit.
non-profit. They're very proud of not being a non-profit situation. It's a business to make money, to give them a living.
The MFPA, as it's called, was started in 1957 by Arnulf Erich Stegmann, a German painter who had lost the use of his hands due to polio. Despite his challenges, he became an accomplished artist and publisher who sought out other painters like him to help further their skill and build their careers. Today, there are about 800 artists who were members of the association, and every one of them gets a monthly stipend based on their skill level. They enter as student members, like Alana, who lives on her own in Santa Rosa, California. She gets enough to pay for art courses as well as supplies, and it certainly helps pay the rent.
Before they came along, I was just living off of my Social Security. I didn't really feel like I was a contributing member to society.
So is it giving you a sense of independence?
Way more independence.
She's adapted to just about everything, including driving to work. She now owns her own business.
Welcome. I draw and paint by mouth.
It's called Art Excursion.
You do not have to paint that way.
She offers painting lessons with a side of wine and appetizers.
I use my toes at home. Yeah. Talking about my adversities, I think, is what kind of helps them realize that they can actually do it too.
Brom has been with the MFPA so long, he gets a full salary, the equivalent of what any other commercial artist near his home in Seattle might be paid.
I thought that I was going to be on public assistance or, how was I going to make it?
Yeah.
Now he's on the payroll forever, regardless of whether he stops painting or not.
It is a lifetime position now. So if, physically I was incapable of working, they would be there for me. There you go.
That's a relief not only for him, but for his wife of 30 years, Ani.
Yes.
The association has not only provided Brom a living wage, she says, but something much harder to quantify: confidence.
Hello, Burke Museum. This is Brom.
Brom works part-time at the Burke Museum at the University of Washington, and he volunteers at schools, showing children that, yes, anything really is possible. As successful as both Brom Wikstrom and Alana Tillman have become,
Exactly.
their daily struggles remain. But what they hope can be changed is perception. They want to be seen simply as artists, not disabled artists, who, at this time of year, are truly making our season bright.
I think people do us kind of a double kindness because they're buying our cards, but they also get to send those cards out to their loved ones, and it just seems like such a small thing, but it means a lot.